Okay, we live. Salute all my brothers and my sisters that's about to come in the building. We on time with it. Shout out to the Sports Talk Network, the one and only the People's Network. Um, as you can see by the title, man, we in America with it, man. We want to know what's the state of American boxing. Uh, is America still number one for boxing? In your opinion, let me know in the chat, let me know in the comments. uh we just witnessed Japan again this morning. uh can Should they have a young guy, Kazuki Tsusumu, at the 108 weight division? He put on a great performance. So Japan has a lot of champions right now. Of course, Mexico has a lot of champions. Is American boxing still number one to the people, number one in your hearts? For me, of course, we still have, number one pound for pound on both sides, male and women's. So we have Clarissa's the World Shields, number one pound for pound women's fighter, boxer. And then we also have Terrence Bud Crawford, number one pound for pound male boxer. I want to hear y'all thoughts, man. Let me know what y'all think. Everyone, you come in, make sure you smash the like button. We working today. We about to have a good live. We about to get in some work today. Talking about the state of boxing, American boxing, all the fighters, what matchups we looking forward to. Where's Eddie Hearn with Bruce Ennis opponent? Also Shakur Stevenson next opponent. I mean Lamar Roach. I'm thinking that's the best fight to be made at 135 right now. Shakur and Lamont. I think they should make that rumble happen. For sure. Everybody want to see that matchup. I think that'd be a great matchup for the sport. Seeing that Tank Davis is not going to be um, scheduling a fight until possibly next year. So we definitely have Tank in our thoughts and our prayers. But I do believe that Lamont Rose should move on and Shakur Stevenson matchup and winner get Tank next year. I think that's a beautiful setup. Great storyline. Lamont earned the opportunity. I believe he should be highly ranked at 135, even though he's still a champion at 130. So we'll just see how everything shakes out when it comes down to Lamont Roach and what he decides to do with his 130-pound title. And ultimately, him and Shakur on social media did agree to fight if the Tank fight wasn't to happen. So that's something that the people want to see. I know I want to see it. I'm looking forward to that matchup. That's going to be a great fight for boxing. Shakur Stevenson and Lamont Rose Jr., two cerebral fighters, fighters at the top of the sport. Now, outside of that, I mean, of course, we have David Benavidez, um, Phoenix, Arizona native, great fighter, pound for pound fighter at the top of the sport. He'll be going up against Anthony Yard in November in a great matchup. So big shout out to Benavidez leading the charge. Champion at 168, two times over, champion at 175. So David Benavidez is moving up the pound for pound rankings, fight by fight. I mean, Anthony Yard is a tough competitor, so that's going to be a great matchup. Big shout out to the UK and shout out to Phoenix, Arizona. Also, we have other champions, U.S. American champions. We have the Dream, Devin Haney. He's going to be facing B Norm the Storm November 22nd as well for the 147 WBO welterweight championship. So that's going to be a thrilling, fantastic fight. Two American fighters, a coast to coast fight. Uh, B Norm the Storm, Georgia native, Atlanta's own, and then you have Devin the Dream Haney, Oakland roots. by way of Vegas as well. So, I mean, what more can you say about, those two fighters putting it all on the line? That's a great matchup for the sport. Keeping that same sentiment on that card, Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes, but Abdullah Mason, another great young fighter, future champion, lining up the 135 WBO title against Sam Noakes. Salute to my brother Prize Fighter in the building. So I mean, Abdullah Mason, I mean, he's a fan friendly fighter. He's been stepping on everything in front of him. So we definitely look forward, and he's got to be highly ranked in American boxing. On that same card, Bam Rodriguez, Bam Bam. Um, what more can we say? Pound for pound fighter. He's been, stopping his opposition at the top level. Unified champion. You know, he's a pound for pound fighter as well. So, I mean, it's a lot of work on our side over here, American boxing. I mean, the list goes on and on. We got lineal champion Jerron Boots Ennis, 147. He's looking to become a two-division champion here in the future. So Jerron Boots Ennis dominated and stopped Stanionis, had his corner wave off the fight, pulled him out of there. The punishment was just too severe. And that was a champion that had win 12 with Butayev and Maestre. So we got Boots Ennis as well. Another, he's moving up to 154. You also have newly crowned champion Xander Zayas, American. At 154 with Sebastian Fondora, another American fighter. Um, I mean, it's still looking good for American boxing. Salute to my brother D Free in the building. Uh, Shout out to the Sports Talk Network. My brother Tim Layton in the chat. Salute to you, my brother. Appreciate you. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Now, Free, how my audio coming through for you?
You good?
All right, so I gotta bring you in on this, Free. Out who in the state of American boxing right now, who is at the forefront in your opinion? Who are some of the ladies and male fighters that you are looking at as these guys as representing the American boxing the best in your opinion?
Um, I would say David Benavidez, um, Abdullah Mason, um, Carissa Shields, um, I would say Sadasa Green. Um, and as far as American boxers, I'm trying to think of see who else I can put in there. Um, I would say that's it right now. Like the guys that I'm looking at, that's giving me the fights that I want to see or staying busy. I would say those individuals right there they at the forefront.
Okay, I definitely like that list. Now, with she just had a pretty much a dominating, 10-round performance. Pretty cleaned up her opposition, Lonnie Daniels, this over the past weekend. She also did over 15,000 tickets sold in. Shout out to Detroit, Michigan. Let me ask you this, Free. In your opinion, has Clarissa crossed over? Is she now a superstar in the sport of boxing?
Um, It's hard to say. It's hard to say because um, when we say superstar, we talk a superstar. In my opinion, a superstar is somebody that no matter where they go, they're going to get recognized. I don't know if Carissa is on that level. She could be. I just don't know because I don't know how she appeals to the people outside of the United States. So she very well could be. I would think she probably is, but I'm not 100% sure because the only time I ever see her fight is in the United States. So I would say in the United States, yes, she is a superstar.
Yeah.
But outside of the United States, I don't know.
Now let me bring my brother Prize and salute Prize. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, Prize. But Clarissa, she did win the Olympics overseas 2 times over, 2-time gold medalist. So that would lead to at least her being recognized, globally a little bit more. And then ultimately, she did her biggest fight against Savannah was in the UK. So Clarissa got great footing in American boxing, and then just overall, just her star power. Salute my brother Prize. Let me ask you this, Prize, to bring you in. Who are the fighters, or is anybody standing out to you, American boxers, that you see that just really putting on for the sport of boxing and kind of leading the way?
First off, shout out to you and my dog Freezy, the whole S10. American boxers that's putting in work,
Yes, sir.
not based off their skill or nothing. Just like who's active. Like, what do you
And
mean?
all I'm saying is, in your opinion, who are the top American boxers that are pushing the sport forward? There's kind of like if we had to rank, because you got to think about it. The Japanese boxing market, they have a lot of champions. They're pushing. Of course, we have a lot of Mexican fan base, a lot of Mexican active fighters.
Mhm.
Who from America, in your opinion, is really at the top of the sport, that you see as really makes us or makes America number one in boxing?
Um, I'm gonna go with probably Dev, probably Clarissa. Um, pushing it like I feel like they all kind of like Shakur. I don't want to leave
Nobody
Tank,
mentioned Bud, number one pound for pound, in my opinion.
but yeah,
Hmm.
Tank, Bud, like all the brothers, Boots. I think they pushing forward, bro. I think they're gonna be great American boxers. I think a lot of them gonna be end up being having really, they're gonna be straight, decent careers fighting whatever they can that's available now. It ain't
Yeah.
like you can't always go back to the 80s and 90s. That's done. We lived it. Whoever didn't get to live it, I feel bad. But we
Hmm.
talking about today's boxing. So those are the guys. I know I'm missing some. I
Well,
like
look,
the
and
young
I'm gonna
boys
throw
too.
some out. I'm gonna throw a couple out to you. We got Stephen Fulton.
Yeah.
We do have Angelo Leo. We
Gary
have Oshak.
Antoine.
Oh, Gary Antoine Russell, Oshaki Foster, Tiafimo Lopez. Uh, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of guys. Bruce
David
Panther.
Benavidez. Ain't he from here?
Hmm.
He from here,
Of
ain't he?
course, of course. Phoenix, Arizona.
That's what
We
I'm
got
saying.
Benavidez, also Xander Zayas. I
Yeah.
gotta check exactly where Xander. I wonder if Xander's from New York. I gotta check. Maybe he's from
He from
Florida.
New York, ain't he?
Let me check.
I thought Xander was from New York.
Nah, he's from Florida. He's from
Okay,
Miami.
that's what I feel. Okay, I think it was one of the other. Okay,
Yeah,
but
he's
see
from.
he's and see he's but see that's still American. So I mean, if you
I
look,
still think
Lamar
we got
Rhodes
the best
Jr.
fighters, B3.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It's evident. And it's kind of with the show question. It's like I got my brother Marky in the building. How your audio coming through, Marky?
I'm good. What's up?
Okay, I gotta
Who,
bring
Marky?
Mark and I gotta bring Marky in on this
Peace.
because his one of his Islanders got upset this week, this morning, Taraji. What's your thoughts on on the state of American boxing, Marky, and who are some of the top fighters in your opinion that's moving the sport and kind of keeping America number one in boxing?
Um, I mean, if you don't count Canelo, because I think you can consider him to be a part of the American boxing market, even though he's Mexican. Still, most of his stuff happens stateside. Um, I say the
Yeah,
state.
well, let me just say this, Marky, and I'm gonna let you go. We don't count Canelo because he's not born in America. But
Yeah,
continue.
I don't like that.
That this just going. He's a Mexican. Yeah, he's Mexican. He's not Mexican American even. That's the only thing. But oh, Marky fell off. Y'all all we all know that Marky he you know
Yeah,
during the daytime
I'm only
around this time he
counting.
walks on the beach
Yeah, I'm
in the
only
Virgin
counting
Islands.
guys.
So,
I'm only counting guys that's born in America or they are American citizens.
yeah.
Canelo's not born in America and he's not an American citizen. He lives in Mexico. He comes
Mhm.
to America to fight, but he lives in Mexico. So I don't count that as American boxing. Now you can count that as South America, but it ain't North America.
The American sport. Yeah. I don't like the Canelo one marking, but
No, my bad. These niggas keep calling my phone. I keep calling them back. They keep not answering. Then they gotta call me back again when I'm on
When
the
you,
panel. But
and when you say niggas, you referencing black people.
here we go.
yes, mainly.
So continue, Marky. Let's keep the let's keep the show positive. I'll just mess it. But so you were saying Canelo. We kind of were saying that Canelo Mexican born and things like that, born in Mexico,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. No, but if we just talking about the American marketplace, but I will agree with that. Yes, you are correct. He is Mexican, but I was just talking about the market. Now, if we're talking about who actually represents American boxing, because Canelo is Mexican, so obviously he represents that culture and their heritage. I would look at guys like Jerron Ennis, um,
Yes.
um,
Uh-huh.
Abdullah Mason. Would you consider David Benavidez to be
Absolutely.
Yes,
Born
David
in
is
bro.
Phoenix,
born in
Arizona.
America. He's
Yeah.
Yep.
American. He's
nah? But
born in America.
golly, calm down. Well, I was just asking because I mean Oscar is from L.A., but that's really their fighter.
No, that's
I
That's
say
not.
Me-
But I mean, with all due
and he
respect,
was an and think about he Oscar was an Olympian for
Oscar was,
America.
what
but see, this is the thing. Oscar was born in America, so he's an American. If you born in America, you're American. Now, even though he might be a Mexican heritage, he might have the Mexican blood. He was born here, so he's not considered a Mexican. He's considered a Mexican American.
100%.
Uh, I guess okay.
And
Then
then
we
he
put
said
David
he said
and
it.
Benavidez
then
in.
he compete. Didn't he win a gold medal for the USA?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
just
so
said.
that's yeah,
But
so that's I mean that's come on, that's a fact, man.
no. But what I'm saying is, that fan base, the Mexicans particularly, they claim him as his. Like even though at the time during the Chavez Oscar De La Hoya Civil War, it was the Chicano versus the Mexican. Still, they claimed him fully as theirs. But if you want to include David Benavidez, I ain't got no problem with that. But if you're asking me how it's doing right now, it's definitely not doing as well as it has in past decades. That's for sure. But I'm not gonna say it's trash either. You still got a couple of decent guys up there I enjoy watching. Abdullah, I mean, he's about to be in that mix after he beats Sam Noakes. It's not
I
really
think
a
he's I
heavyweight.
think
It's
he's
not really a heavyweight
uh,
nowhere in this. It's not really a heavyweight nowhere in this equation, which makes it bad. So
we'll see Joshua Edwards, the golden boy prospect. He's looking promising. So we'll see him this weekend and then we'll see how he progresses.
most def.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you got the young phenom. Once they put him on the map from top rank Felix Ali, that
Oh, you
that
talking about
dude
Ali
going.
Felice.
I thought his first name was Felix, but I could be saying it backwards.
Uh-huh. It's Ali Felice.
Yeah, that dude gonna
Nice.
be a
Let me
monster.
see if he's American. Let me look him up right now. I
That dude
know
gonna
he's
be a monster.
Dominican. I know
He's
he's
from he's
Dominican.
from
I want to see
he's
if
from
he's
he's
from
from
America.
Connecticut. He's from Connecticut. He got a brother that fights, I believe, at cruiserweight as well.
Mm.
Okay, that's good.
And Devin
Yeah.
Haney, I completely forgot about Dev, but Dev,
Yeah, I'm gonna
he
ask.
been
I'm
pushing.
gonna. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it
Yeah,
going. I'm gonna
go
get it
ahead,
going.
go.
So since you want to bring it, since you bring him up, He's definitely been pushing the sport forward, and I mentioned in my opening monologue, uh, Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. Right, two young American fighters,
Hmm.
Georgia native and Oakland born, and Las Vegas, and Devin Haney. And now with that matchup, Mark, I start with you. Do you think that matchup is going to push the sport forward?
Um, I mean, I think it'll be good for the fans. Will it push the sport forward? I mean, like when you talk about pushing the sport forward, I think you're talking about like a super fight. You know what I'm saying? Like something that the entire world's eyes are gonna be on. I don't think that this is that type of fight, but it's definitely a great fight for the boxing fans. I'll say that.
I think you underestimating the fight just a tad, because you got to understand that this fight we've been kind of talking. These guys have been in the media. We've been talking about this matchup
But that
for about since they announced it, right? So with that being said, what's going to happen is in November, if Devin Haney beats Brian Norman Jr., he'll become a three division champion. He'll pretty much be, uh, I mean, they'll be looking at him as a pound for pound fighter again. That's definitely going to change the sport.
I
Now,
definitely
if
agree.
and
Three.
listen, and the opposite. Hold on, let me just say this. On the opposite end, Brian Norman stops Devin, the world is going to turn upside down again.
Hmm.
So I think and then people are going to be more intrigued in boxing, and of course, Devin to be back and Norman to be a big star, if he stops him. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about pushing the full sport is like it's more eyeballs. Yeah, because the thing about it is this: these are the matchups that people want to see. The 50-50 phase, best fighting the best. So if what I'm asking y'all is this: if this fight is not building up the sport, then the sport is going to die.
Well, I would say it is pushing the sport forward because these are the fights we want to see. We want to see they got the two daddies, they got a storyline, hands have been put on somebody, So I feel like this is what we want. You got two young fighters in their primes about to go into a welterweight title fight, dog. What more do you want to push? That's how you push it forward because that's a piece moving, a chess piece moving on the chessboard, and we can see what happens next. If Brian Norman win, like you said, three, the world gonna be on Devin. He's gonna be upside down for Dev.
uh,
If Dev win. Man, they probably gonna give him half credit, but I want to give him full credit, and I think that would be a big win for Devin. I think he's gonna win.
if Brian Norman wins, people, my bad, just quick free. If Brian Norman wins, people are gonna say he did what he was supposed to do, which is
I
put
don't
Devin
think
Haney
so.
to sleep, because a lot of dudes, no, and I think Dev is extremely skilled. A lot of people don't view Devin Haney to be at that level, even though all the nonsense Ryan Garcia was doing in that last fight. They still think he's a punk. They still think he's a scrub and all this other stuff. So if he puts him to sleep, he did what he was supposed to do to a lot of those guys. Then I think that's only moving the sport forward if Dev were to win, because
Brian
that's a dude
Norman
moving
has
up.
hard times with boxers,
Move.
Marky. But go ahead, three.
I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
I'm on the same level with Maki on this one. A fight that pushes the sport forward. Yeah, that's a fight that a lot of people wants to see. But how many people were calling for that fight? Now, a fight that I say that will push the sport forward is if we get a Canelo versus David Benavidez, the Canelo versus Bud. I think it's a lot more people more invested in Canelo versus Bud than Brian Norman and Devin Haney. So I kind of agree with what Marky is saying because when we say something that's pushing the sport forward is drawing more eyes to it. I don't think more eyes is going to be drawn to Devin versus Brian Norman. I think it's going to be a nice amount of people watching it, but I don't think there's going to be more eyes drawn to it.
Yeah, that's kind of tough to go and put him
Yeah.
up against Canelo. Canelo sell out everywhere he goes, so
No.
that's a
No.
tough
But
one.
what?
But I feel like it's gonna be good. Go ahead, Mark.
But
Yeah.
the only
But what Free said right there is really what, especially David Benavidez versus Canelo. That is a great example of pushing the sport forward. Because if David Benavidez were to go in there and put hands and feet on Canelo, he's going to be a superstar. Okay, he's going to be the big ticket seller and the big pay per view drawer, and he's going to be a young. Well, he's 28, 29 years old now. Still, he got a lot more time in this game than Canelo, and I don't think he's going to be scared. He's not going to be the Canelo that's out here ducking smoke and avoiding guys and looking for cherry picks. I don't believe that that's gonna be David. But go ahead.
It ain't gonna be it ain't gonna mean nothing after Bud outclassed Canelo in September and then he retire.
Hmm.
And then Canelo and then Turkey still got 3 fight deal with
See, that's moving the sport
but
backwards.
right. So that's what I'm saying. But I'll say this: I do agree with y'all that David Benavidez getting that opportunity. I think that definitely would build the sport for sure. But now it's kind of interesting how the Crawford dynamic in play. If Crawford beats Canelo, can Crawford is Crawford going to defend at 168? Let me ask y'all that's a question I want to ask y'all. In y'all opinion, if Crawford beats Canelo, does he stay at 168 and fight again?
If Crawford beat Canelo, I think he's done. I think he retires.
Mm.
What is he gonna do? Is he gonna go back to 154 and fight Virgil Ortiz? No. Like, come on, bro. Like, and the thing that's really bugging me out about this, Bud is not really being paid no like gobsmacking purse for this fight. He's getting paid 10 million, and is he getting any back end for this fight? B3.
For no, I think it's a flat fee, like all the fight. Yeah, it's just a flat fee.
Hold up. Did you just say Bud is only getting $10 million?
Yeah, he only getting 10 million.
That's what he said on the thing, but that don't I don't nobody knows that's to be true. I mean, I don't think he was being facetious. Bud ain't never told his money like that. I thought he was playing around. What
No,
show was that on again? What show was that he
that was
said
on,
was it on
I believe
Andre
that was,
Ward?
I believe that was Andre Ward.
Yeah, he said that. That's,
Dog, I swear to God, if Bud is only getting $10 million for this fight, that's less money than what he made to fight Earl. He got a
mm,
guaranteed of $10 million plus back end money.
yeah. Yes,
That's
that's right.
crazy.
Yeah, Mark, you don't believe. Don't pass that along. That ain't accurate. That ain't
That's
accurate.
crazy.
Cause he gonna pay how he gonna pay his favorite fighter Bud 10 mil when he's offered T.O. 11.5 for a boost fight. That ain't nowhere in the equivalency of a Crawford Canelo. So
Yeah, that's what I'm like. That's crazy because that I mean, if that is true, then he's really only taking this for name recognition to say he's the best guy of this era. That's the only reason why he's taking this fight because it ain't the
yeah.
money.
Mm-mm.
Nah, that's great. Dubois got
What,
how
72?
much? No, I think he got paid 30. I know they put like 80,000 people in
Mark,
there,
where
but
you seeing where you
Yeah,
seeing
I
these
saw
numbers?
oh,
If
excuse me,
seventy-five
I said
Usyk,
million.
yeah, he
30,000.
got 72
I
million,
meant
and
30
Usyk,
Yeah,
million. 30
72
million.
the
million.
no, it was the numbers was this. Usyk was reportedly got 132 million, and then Dubois got 72. That's what the
Hmm.
Yeah,
reports
that's the
were,
report that I saw.
That's what I heard as
That's the
well.
report that I saw.
which is crazy money.
Crazy money.
I mean,
I find that hard to believe. I don't care what
But
nobody says.
I'm saying he must be
I just
buying
find
the
it hard.
rights to the fight in perpetuity. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
feel like these are fabricated numbers, bro. I don't think they're getting no daggone
Yo, can y'all
100.
hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear
I
you,
can.
Mark.
I don't think they're getting that kind of
All
money,
right, my
bro.
bad. What was saying?
Yeah, that was crazy.
I can tell you what right now. If I was Usyk, if I got paid 135 million, I'm not fighting nobody else. After
Nope.
the money I just made off of Tyson Fury, and then I turn around and make that, I'm not fighting nobody else.
Nah, but they lining up to he lining up to get a 50 to $100 million bag if they build what's his
No,
name? Itoma, correct.
no. But what I'm saying is,
So
you add up
he's
the
saying to
money
him.
that he got. You
Mhm.
add up all the money that he got for Tyson Fury, the
Two
money that he
times.
got for AJ. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of
Two
the money he
times.
got for AJ, all of the money he got for Tyson Fury, and then the money that he just got from Dubois. Man, I'm not fighting nobody else. That man had made probably somewhere close to 400 million. I'm
Yeah,
not
he
Well,
made
fighting
half a bill.
nobody else.
let me tell y'all this. I did the math on the just on the 132. 132 million US dollars is equivalent to over 5 billion Ukrainian currency. So
Oh,
Usyk is
I already know.
Usyk is
Damn.
set. Usyk don't have to do nothing ever again. He can sit down
That's
if
what I
he
said.
wants.
If I was Usyk, I'm not fighting nobody
So
else.
it's a
That man can
it's
Me either,
he can
free.
live. He can pretty much
Yeah,
own the entire country. The money
yeah,
so
that he
it's a
made.
it
yeah.
say that Daniel Dubois made between 50 million pounds and 71.22 million pounds. And it's a reports indicate he's facing a tax bill of $23.6 million, or excuse me, million pounds, and an additional
Mm.
1.5. So the crown and the royalty, they're making sure they get their piece of that.
Man,
That's
that's a
crazy.
easy. That's an easy payday for. He could write that check. That his accountant will write that
I was
check,
about to
no
say because
problem.
I know, but
y'all know
that gotta
I
hurt,
With
know
man. You made
72 million.
50 and they taking 20.
Listen, he was offered 2 million for Joseph Parker, and
Right.
and everybody's cut off that two is nothing like that 72. Everybody's good. That's
hey,
and listen, and that's why
like I
even with
say,
Norman,
you could pay me. I was gonna say you could pay me $72 million to get knocked out. I ain't got no problem with that.
Even if you walk away with 40 or 35 of it, you still Gucci.
No, you can
nah,
pay
that's
me
a fact.
$72 million today. I will step in the ring and get knocked out today. I take a dive for $72 million.
I go in there swinging, but I go out swinging though.
Hey, so we got some music coming through. So
That was me. I was turning my car off.
let's switch gears just a little bit, right?
Whoa.
We got the fight that people want to see at 135. Shakur Stevenson versus Lamont Roach Jr. I gotta ask y'all, do y'all feel like that's the best fight right now to be made at 135? And who do y'all have in that fight?
I mean, yes, if Grease Boy can't be ready for a fight this year, then yeah, I would say that's the second best fight you can make. Lamont versus Shakur.
Yeah, I don't mind that fight if like Tank not available. What is he gonna do? You know, Lamont Roach's name is hot right now. He's the guy that got a draw with Tank Davis, and a lot of people felt that he won. So you and after Shakur's performance, what he did, that would be a good fight. I'm cool with that. Because Lamont is let's be clear. Lamont is now officially he's a player at 135 because he fought really well and I do it based off your last performance, and he fought very well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the best fight for Shakur at 135 is still Kid Austin, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I think that's the best fight for Shakur right now at 135.
I don't want to forget about
Gotta
Gary. I
go
want
to the fight.
Gary in there somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Gary, Mr. Gary Russell.
Yeah, Mister
The only
Okay, so you
problem, wait, Mr. Gary Russell at
Yeah,
130?
135.
135. I like to see him and Shakur more than any of them fights.
Mm. So you got Mr.
I
Gary ranked
guess.
over Lamont.
Well, I think Mr. Gary can beat Lamont 'cause, based off
Mm.
his experience and his blazing hand speed. And Gary can take he a gym rat and he's a dog. He can take a punch. We ain't never seen him knocked out or nothing like that. So
Mhm.
I feel like Gary can. I feel like the best fight to make at 35 is Shakur and Gary for me personally. But other people might want to see something Lamont, and I respect that. I want to see that fight. But if I had to pick and I can it could be a go. I'm like, put Gary in after his last performance. I don't care about who he fought. The man took 3 years off, and his timing and his speed, everything was still there. So I want to see Gary in there with
I like the sound
Shakur.
of that. I like the sound of that.
Or Gary and Kid Austin, since he like to beat up on the older guys, do one of them fights. Like, them three names.
Now, yeah, Gary is going. I feel like Gary put himself in great position because now that Tevin Farmer got his fights out of the way, I
Hmm.
think Gary is going to be the next guy that people want to see against even a Murataya, Williams Zepeda. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Kid Austin. Uh, let
Hmm.
me so with that being said, so like okay, we got Mr. Gary Russell. He's fighting at 35. That's good. That's kind of crazy. Is there any news on Frank Martin?
Isn't
Are
he
we-
fighting at 140 against somebody?
There's no news on him right now. There was rumors, but there's no news, no announcement or any news about it.
Man,
Okay, so
Frank
he's still
Martin is
working out.
good. Frank Martin is good. I saw him in that interview. The man was eating prime rib. He had cut up right there. The man had a diamond bracelet, a bust down pendant on a
Yeah.
diamond chain. Had an earring stud in his ear. That man is good. He was in a mansion, had 5 women around him cooking. That man is good. He ain't coming back. We ain't gonna see him for a long time.
I don't think. I think he trains. I think he gonna be fine.
I would like to see
All
him
right,
versus Pitbull
we gonna
Cruz at
see.
140.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. I mean, he
Yeah, I
got to do
wouldn't mind
something,
that.
man. He's been idle too long, bro.
Our brother,
He's good, Bryce.
my
You
brother
can't make
Remo,
this man do nothing.
Let's Talk Fashion said Frank Martin versus Keyshawn would be sweet. What y'all think about
Yes.
that fight?
Yeah, I like that, Remo.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
didn't
like that
think
one.
of that.
Yeah, I ain't either. I forgot about Keyshawn. I want to see him.
Keyshawn is going to win, and that's an American champion. My bad. Shout out
Yeah,
to Norfolk.
yeah. Shout out
Shout out to
Virginia.
DB3 and Keon Davis and Kelvin Davis. I should have mentioned them. Um, they just put hands on Nahir Albright, so that's why they probably slipped my mind. But Nahir Albright is
Shameful.
still a great fighter in boxing. I like Nahir Albright for a lot of guys.
Ah,
Emiliano Vargas, another American fighter that we didn't mention. Um, but let's kick it back to Keyshawn, right? Where do y'all want? Who do y'all want to see Keyshawn match up with? And do you feel like Keyshawn is going to be able to continue his trajectory um, moving forward? To possibly being a two division champion.
as long as they give him the fights, yeah. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't, unless they want to inflict some punishment on him. Maybe putting him on the shelf for a little while. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to work his way to a second title shot, unless they want to protect Tio. That's really the only reason I wouldn't see him. We wouldn't see him in a second title shot.
I'm gonna agree with that. Salute to my brother Dodrick them in the building. Yeah, and I want to say this: it's no shelfing. They just got to find the right opponent, right? Because you got to understand they did 11,000 in scope his first fight, and then they did another 8,000. The main event fell out. 2,000 people gave their tickets back, but they still did over 8,000 seats.
Hmm.
So Top Rank is not leaving that money on the table. We
Nah,
got we got over, I believe, in Hampton Roads is like over 3 million people or something like that. So
is Keyshawn? Where's he fighting at? 40 in his next fight. I don't think he's gonna do 35. Clearly,
now
so
he's moving to 40 because he missed weight. He's not gonna go back down. He dropped his belt.
yeah,
So
I don't. I don't know what Keyshawn does next, but it's hopefully it's a tough fight. Like
all right,
I,
I gotta run this one down to the crew. I'm gonna run this one down to the crew real quick. Keyshawn Davis versus Jermaine Ortiz.
I got Keyshawn.
Who you got, Marky?
I got Keyshawn.
Marky
We
fell
got
down the steps.
Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you
yeah,
now.
Yeah, I got Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
But see,
Yeah.
that's still a good fight for Keyshawn to come to 140 introductory fight. I don't mind that fight though. Yeah, do y'all mind that fight for his first fight
Nah,
at 40?
I wouldn't
Yeah.
criticize him for that.
Let me
Yeah.
ask y'all this because
Uh,
I just thought about this question. I gotta ask y'all this. Because Boots is kind of getting criticized. Now maybe he's a little ahead of Keyshawn. Maybe they about this roughly the same age, but Boots is getting to not going to directly to the champions, not going directly into the tough fights at 154. We just will say we were okay. Keyshawn getting a Jermaine Ortiz at 140, right? What's the difference? Do y'all believe that there is no difference and it should be the same standard, or do you feel like we gotta differentiate?
I've determined that some niggas are just gay for boots, and they don't know how to express that. So every little thing that he does, they're gonna bitch and cry about it. So I mean, just go get your tune up, guy. Like some of these dudes are just weird. Like the man just got to the weight class, and y'all are already saying he's ducking big fights. Like at a
Mhm,
certain point, you just got to tell niggas to shut up.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Jerron, you know, maybe a Bakram fight because I don't think like D Free. I believe it was D Free. I think it was him or Dub said that something about the money wasn't right, and he would make less money fighting Boots. Why would he? It's and something to the extent like that. So I feel like that Jerron, he'll be fine at 54. He can go in there, take a tough fight like a Bachram, get his feet wet, then move on. As long as he don't sit idle for the rest of the year, get two of them in there. But there's some food up there in 54. That's the hot division right now, the best in
But
my
Now,
opinion.
this might be the best.
it's no problem if you go for a tune-up, correct?
I mean, people gonna criticize. See me, I've come from the old school, bro. I'm not gonna criticize that man for getting his feet wet at 54, bro.
Market.
People was pissed off because he was talking about Josh Taylor, but where's Josh Taylor? Ain't he ranked like 4 or something, 3 or 4 or something like
I
that?
think me,
So
Josh Kelly.
I mean,
Let me say this.
Josh Kelly.
And Josh Kelly is a serviceable boxer.
But I don't
But
want
what
to
I'm saying
see
is,
it, but I'm just
people
saying.
understand a tune-up for Boots is probably somebody with 30 fights, like 30-2. You see what I'm saying? Like it's levels to it. Like the a tune-up for Boots is just somebody that's not a big name. It's still gonna be a difficult fight. It's still probably gonna be a tough fight. The people thought Karen was a tune-up type guy. You see what I'm saying? So they're not gonna get Custio Clayton. They're not gonna give Boots credit because they don't really know these guys. They don't be watching the sport enough.
Right.
To be honest, because Josh Kelly is decent. He's not on Boost level, but hell, if your name is not Fandora or Xander Zayas or Bachram, you'll tune up for Boots. Sorry.
I don't feel like Josh Kelly's that good, but I give him a C at best. Cause he got beat up by old boy what BBO be calling him? Avocado.
Yeah, David Avocado.
Yeah, he didn't they had to pull avocado off of that boy. I
Yeah.
don't want to see Boots fight him. I get it, you trying to just get your feet wet, but going on that's what people gonna I'm not gonna criticize him because I'm just gonna see what he do in his next fight. But I feel
Now,
like I feel like he gonna surprise some people with his next fight. People be like, oh, okay, then they gonna have to eat their crow.
I think that 7 pounds is a difference, but Remo Celeste Fashion said it's a difference. Boots got 30 plus fights, and Keyshawn got about 14 or 15 fights. So he said he doesn't believe it's not much a lot of
Yeah,
time for Boots to kind of tiptoe around.
right. It's a fact.
And
He don't
and
have no
but and
time.
no, that's a fact. But see, here's the thing of the what is not alluded to is that Keyshawn is going to have to fight championship level fights as well.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? He can. I mean, yeah, he can go to Norfolk, back north, but Norfolk gonna be like, hold on, bro. You just kind of got pulled out of the last fight. We want to see you in with a great fight. So Frank Martin, like Remo said, Frank Martin would be a great opponent to bring to Norfolk.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect opponent. Jermaine Ortiz is still a decent name, and
Hmm.
he has a fan base, and people would travel down because, like you're saying, it's not that
Well,
far to New York. To for Norfolk, Jermaine Ortiz and Frank or Frank Martin to go to Keyshawn's 140 fight. Free.
I would say, me personally, I would say, uh, when the last time Jermaine Ortiz fought?
I know he's been fighting in Caribbean Royale. Let me see. It was probably like a couple months ago. Let me check.
If
He's
it was,
active. He's active though.
if it was a couple of months ago, I would say Jermaine Ortiz. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say Frank Martin because Frank Martin been out like 18 months.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
if
wouldn't.
they my bad, free. I was reading the
Yeah.
comments.
I wouldn't say Frank Martin, even though they do have history, but and they both moving up to 140 the same time. I
Hmm.
wouldn't. One guy is active, the other guy is not.
True.
One guy is coming off a knockout, the other guy's not. So,
Yeah.
um, I would say Jermaine Ortiz. I would favor Keyshawn in both of those fights, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
like I said, with Frank Martin, I don't know what Frank Martin's going to look like. We haven't seen him since he fought Tank Davis. With Jermaine Ortiz, I don't think Jermaine Ortiz has enough power to keep Keyshawn off of him. I believe he boxed well, but I don't think he has enough power to keep Keyshawn off him. So I think Keyshawn will ultimately end up beating Jermaine Ortiz up. I think he will probably beat up Frank Martin as well because Frank Martin hasn't been active. You got to remember Frank Martin is 30 years old and
Hmm.
he hasn't been active. And he's coming off a knockout loss, the first knockout loss of his career. We don't know how he's going to react, especially being 30 years old, older man fighting a younger guy. We don't know how he's going to react. So I would favor Keyshawn in both of them, but I would prefer to see him in there with Jermaine Ortiz. With the Jerron Boots Ennis situation, it doesn't have to be somebody with 30 fights. I just want when you say a tune up, when you say a tune up, is somebody who's close to your level, but not quite on your level that's going to get you acclimated at the weight. Not somebody that's going to be an easy fight for you at that weight. Like
Right.
getting a tune up is getting you acclimated. That means it's a nice test for you. It's not an easy fight. So
Hmm.
he can get in there with somebody like I would say Jesus Ramos. I believe that's a nice tune-up for him. I believe Jerron Boots Ennis should be able to beat Jesus Ramos, but Jesus Ramos is also good enough that if Jerron Boots Ennis ain't on his A game, he could lose that fight. That's a tune-up. But when you're talking about like a Josh Kelly, I don't really look at that as a tune-up. I look at that as an easy fight at another weight class. I don't think Josh Kelly has anything that Jerome Boots Ennis needs to be worried about or gets him ready for the next level at that weight class. I don't think Josh Kelly does that
He
for him.
definitely not the answer, free.
That's
I,
that, that,
I don't
that's what
mind that
that's
fight.
what a tune-up is.
That Lubin, he's
A tune-up is to get you ready for other fights.
yeah.
You can't
Let you
take an
knock the
easy fight and
cobwebs
say that's
off.
a tune-up.
Right,
I definitely like Boots versus Erickson
Lubin. Yeah, I
Lubin,
like that. I like
uh,
that.
and Boots versus Rashidi. That's
I'm,
Speedy
still a
hasn't
fight that
fought. Speedy hasn't fought at 54. I don't know if Speedy's gonna be able to put that much weight
I
on
think
and look
Speedy had
good.
a fight at 60 free, but it was it was a little
Speedy,
you
I mean,
know
last time I saw Speedy in the ring, he was at 47. He got beat up. I know he fought in that combat the combat sport, and I think he was still at 47. I don't think he's ever moved up.
let me see. Well, let me check because I remember his weight was fluctuating. Let me see here. All right, so like you said, his last fight, okay, was at 47. Yep. So he fought. So he did come back down, June 21st. Yeah, I mean, he pretty much been making weight. You right,
Yeah,
for he had one fight at 154 after Roman Villa, but the rest of them been 47. His last two was at 47. Yep,
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, he probably had that fight because that was the only fight they had for him. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna move up and fight him.
that's a good point.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't want to see Rashidi if he's not. I would rather see the Lubin fight, but Lubin has Bakram in his sights. He wants to fight for a title, but I think that's. Oh, but let me ask you this. I was gonna say this about Keyshawn. Let me put this name out there. What y'all think about Elvis Rodriguez for Keyshawn's first fight at 140?
That's a good fight. That's a good fight.
And that's
Elvis
I mean, it'll
Elvis
be cool.
Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good fight. I mean, Elvis Rodriguez is a durable guy. He's crafty and
Mm-hmm.
he has some boxing ability and he got decent power as well. I think that's a good fight. I mean, he's probably Elvis Rodriguez is probably on the same level as a Jermaine Ortiz. He's not the top level, but he ain't the bottom level neither. I think
Right.
he's
Mm-hmm.
probably somewhere right on the same level as Jermaine Ortiz.
It's like an affordable option, or like if he wanted I mean, Alfredo Santiago, the Dominican that Devin Haney fought, he got himself back in contention, so he's pretty highly ranked. I'm just thinking, maybe a Steve Claggett is highly ranked. Um, Arnold Barboza. Would y'all? I mean, Keyshawn versus Arnold.
Why not?
That's a good fight.
Why not have Keyshawn fight Albright?
Again,
Yeah, I
rematch.
like that fight.
That's the best
They
fight.
at 140.
That's the best fight. You right.
He beat his brother up, they got a little storyline. They jumped him, stuff like that. That would be good
Yeah,
for you.
it's a good, and they definitely gonna bring it back to Norfolk. Albright already called for it to go back to Norfolk.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
that's a fight right.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a smart move. They don't even have to deal with that. That already sold itself.
Yeah, make that.
Right.
That's the fight right there. They ain't even got his ass Albright. They gonna say Albright,
That's a
when would you be ready?
that's an automatic sellout.
That's all they
They
gotta
did
ask him. When would you be
11,000 late.
ready? They ain't even gotta ask him, do you want this fight? All they gotta ask him is when would you be ready?
Yeah, because Albright gonna take the fight.
Yeah, he seemed like the type of dude that'd fight anybody, bro.
But I think they got to get his money right, because we don't know like the legalities or kind of what anything kind of transpire from the situation. Hopefully nothing, and then they just waiting on Top Rank to kind of get the kind of the network situated. But that I think that's probably what the wait is because Keyshawn, he been going out to the fights. He don't seem overly stressed or concerned. And like you saying, they got a
Or
plan.
how about this one? How about this one? How about the fight that was supposed to happen? How about Edwin De Los Santos at 40 against Keyshawn?
Mhm. I mean,
I still want to see that fight, free.
yeah,
I do too.
I think that would be good for the fans. It's it's just would they are the people ready to go through another build up with those two fighters though? That's the only thing. It's like right after the fallout, no other fights. I would still like to see De Los Santos get a like a stay busy fight or at least get knock the cobwebs off. He ain't fought since Shakur.
Yeah, that's been forever, man. You know, he needed. I mean, I respect him for going in there against Keyshawn like that on that layoff, but he needs to get back in the ring. Go ahead, have a fight, get a little paycheck, get knock the cobwebs off, and then jump back in there. He's still a player.
Now we do have to acknowledge that Sebastian Fondora is going to Harvard. He got accepted in. Congratulations to Sebastian. Now that may hold up 154. Boots is moving up to 154. You got Bakram with the IBF. Yoenis Tellez is the interim WBA champion. Crawford is the full champion, and then we have I'm drawing a blank on somebody. Who else? Oh, and WBO Xander Zayas, right? So what route would you take? And I believe they're trying to go the WBO route, Xander Zayas prize. But if you could map out a route, who would you want to see Boots fight? What route would you take?
As far as what? What do you mean? Like,
His quickest route to a championship, like right now the champions are Fondora, Bakram, Xander, and then Atelez is the interim in WBA. What champion do you want to see Boots go after the most?
well, the most fun door the most, but um,
Hmm?
I feel like the more would have happened is Bakram. I think that will be the fight that's. I
More
think
like
that is the. I think that's going to be his next fight. Um,
you think Lubin's gonna take step aside?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
easy paycheck. Don't got to
Mm.
put your body in nothing. Get paid. Wait to see, and you know you the next up.
Great position to be in.
He's in a good position. You're gonna get paid. Step out the way. Let them make that big fight because Duran is a bigger name. Then you fight Duran next, like Remo said. That would be a good fight. I wouldn't be mad if Boots beat Bakram and then his mandatory was Lubin. He has to fight Lubin or be stripped. Then that's a good fight for both of them. So that's a good route. I mean, the Fondor, he beat Fondor, then he's the king of the world. You know what I'm saying? 54. But I'd like to see Jamel get back down. I don't know if he can get all the way back down to 54. I can see Mel go to 60, but it would be nice to see if Mel would have just stayed at 54. I would have loved to see Mel in the mix of this 54 right now. But we know what we got.
Tim Lane made a great point. He said Fondor is a good fight spotlight fight for Boots to level up to become more of a household name.
Yeah.
So that's a great point,
That's
Tim
why I
Lane.
said Fondor would be if I could have it my way, he would fight Fondor next.
Now I
Or
wish I now Marky must have made it fell down a cliff. I know Free is moving around. But I gotta ask this because I thought about American boxing and of course the heavyweights, right, Prize? We got Big Baby Anderson and Big Baby Miller, two of the guys that we were just kind of looking forward to kind of seeing them become world champions in the heavyweight division. It hasn't happened just yet for either one of them, but they are set to lock horns and squabble on the Crawford Canelo undercard. What's your take on that fight, Prize, and who you got winning that matchup?
uh that's gonna be a tough one. I mean, maybe I think Big Baby Anderson, even though I don't really like him, I think he can win the fight. But can he weather the storm? Because Big Baby Miller gonna throw a million punches at him, And not to mention, I felt like Big Baby Miller got played in his last fight. I felt like he did enough to who he fought last. Who was he fighting?
Oh, he was fighting Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, I felt like he got
Yeah,
over on that fight. I felt like
yeah,
he
they
got
called it a
that.
draw.
Yeah, if he come in shape and not on no PEDs and come ready to go and be serious and be in shape, then I feel like he can definitely beat Big Baby Anderson because he got mental stuff going on with his puppy dogs and stuff and crying and all that. So, you definitely can beat somebody up like that. But I don't know who I would pick to win that. That's tough. I go with Jarrell Miller.
Yeah, Big Baby Miller. He's that's a lot of weight too that
Yeah.
Jarrett's gonna have to deal with.
Right.
Yeah, let's talk fashion. Shout out to my brother. Shout out salute to the JVT. Remo said crazy ish at 154. All boots, big paydays, ain't champs. Jamel, maybe Arrow, Virgil, and then Thurman. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's good. Those are the biggest names, and none of them are champion at 154. Um,
I think Fondora would be a big name, big
The,
fight.
big fight. I do too. I think that's a pay per view fight. I think
Hmm.
that's because you got because of the Fondor's Mexican American, and he's also proven. Both of these guys are proven, to be at the top of the sport. Boost being a lineal champion, and then really Fondor, he probably should be almost lineal, but I mean, there's so many dispersed belts. But Fondor definitely had been. I mean, he got some work to do before we can call him lineal at 154, but he's
I would say
definitely
he's
I
number
think he's
one at
yeah,
54 right
I
now.
would say he's number one, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's gonna be a great matchup if they can lock it in.
Mhm.
Now, Errol Spence Jr., American boxing, the former unified champion. We know he's the Olympian, great amateur fighter. A lot of people he galvanized and brought a lot of people to back to boxing. He was Al Heyman was moving him, and I mean he just has a large fan base. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to the biggest.
Yeah.
Shout out to the big fish. Now, Errol Spence coming back. Which weight class prize? Well, let me see. Let me ask this. I've seen him training. What weight class if he was to come back? What weight class do you want to see, and who? What matchups do you want to see Errol? Anybody put in specifically that you want to see Errol fight?
Uh,
Wow.
Earl. I mean, Earl needs like a fight or two before I want to see him in there with a Fondora,
Yeah,
Bach, or any of these big names. I want to see Earl get in the ring, see what he looks like, see where his head at 54. I
yeah,
think
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, hell, man. I think if Earl get his mind right, he probably can whoop most of the 60s at Wasteland. So I don't know if he would make any money there, but 54, I would go with 54 and have a fight, see how he feel. And if he don't like it, then do 60. That's what I would do. But against who? I
uh,
mean, I wouldn't throw him in
I,
there with these guys right away because I don't know if his head into it. I love
um,
Earl. Earl's my guy. Go ahead, Free.
um, with Earl, what weight class would he come? He should he come back to? I said whatever weight class that gets him close to 100%, because he's never going to be 100% since the accident. He's never going to be 100%. But
yeah,
as close to 100% as he can get, whichever weight class that is. Um, who do I want to see him fight? See, the thing with Earl is, it's not about who I want to see him fight. It's about who he wants to get in the ring with. Because Earl, he's his own promoter. So it's not really ain't really much you can say. If he say he don't want no tune up, he ain't gonna get no tune up. He gonna go straight for the the guys that he believes is the top dog. So I don't know who he would get in. If I have my choice, I would want to see him in there with somebody like a Erkson Lubin. Um, I would want to see him in there with somebody like a Bob, Magnumov,
yeah.
a Borchek, somebody like that. If
Maybe
I had
Tim
my
Zoo, who's
pick,
looking
but
desperate.
yeah, I mean, yeah, even Tim Zoo. I
Come
think
back fight, come back,
Tim
first
Zoo,
fight, come back. Yeah,
yeah, Tim Zoo is a good fight for Earl. I don't think Tim Zoo is that dangerous for Earl, but he does put up enough resistance that we'll know if Earl is back or not.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but
Yeah.
but like I said, with Earl probably going to want to get in there with somebody like a Sebastian Friendor. He's gonna
Yeah,
want to probably get in there with one of these champions.
Your
Somebody
mic,
Earl
your
is
chop
gonna
mic
it,
want
out
to
of
you
order,
chopping
Free.
free.
know how
Your
to drop
mic
him
out
by
of
the
order.
airport.
Yeah, you know that's gonna
My
be
bad.
bad.
Uh, but let me just jump in real quick. Yeah, we
Can you hear
gon'
me
I
now?
mean, yeah, you
Yeah,
good free.
Oh shit. My bad. Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, my bad. I was driving by the airport. But yeah, Earl, he's gonna want to get in there with one of these champions. He's not gonna want to start back at the bottom. We gotta remember Earl Spence is 35 years old, so
Mm.
he ain't getting no younger. So he ain't gonna want to start all the way back from the bottom and work his way back up. He gonna want to come somewhere right around the second or first contender if he has to take a tune up. It's going to be either the number one contender or the guy right below the number one contender.
I
He's
don't think you
starting
should do
down
that.
at number.
I don't
I
think
Yeah,
you
like I
should.
like the I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really want the Thurman fight. I think it's long overdue. Like Remo saying here, no, give me Thurman, win or retire. I think that is a good like a pink slip like crossroads fight for them two guys. Now Thurman just got a tune up. We know Spence don't do tune ups. Do y'all think he would need a tune up fight before Thurman, or would y'all say that's a good at this point in Thurman's career that's okay to fight to come back to?
I don't think he need a tune up for
And
Thurman.
not for
I don't
Thurman.
think.
I think he can go right
Yeah,
into that.
Okay.
because Thurman got just as many issues as Earl got.
Right.
So I don't think he needs. I don't think he needs a tune up for Thurman.
Yeah, I think that's the fight, and that's the. I just like what is Louis de Cuba's Jr. doing? I mean, there's a lot of inactivity, still prevalent. But I mean, I'm looking forward to the end of the year schedule. Hopefully we can get some at least one or two prime events. If you had to put your finger on the free,
But
how
we
what you
got we got we got coming up.
It might. It might.
I don't know what's going on with this damn
you
airport.
you bet.
Oh shit. We got a free Amazon Prime card coming up.
That somebody did man. You did mention that the other
I
day,
went.
or Cam J maybe had mentioned it, but it's supposed to be September 20th in LA.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you're
Who's the
talking about. Okay.
headliner?
I don't know. Well, I don't know who the headliner
I
is.
would have to assume it would be Pitbull Cruz or Andy Ruiz. I
Andy
mean, probably not Andy
Ruiz.
Ruiz, but Pitbull Cruz. I'm sure. I'm sure
I
it's
don't
Pitbull.
want to see no Andy Ruiz.
Annie Louise.
after they after they robbed Big Baby Miller.
Yeah, I don't want to see Ruiz.
Not as a headliner. Not as a
You're
head, but
right.
in
I,
LA, he'll put him on the card.
I don't even think Pitbull Cruz is big enough to be a headliner.
me
Even
And
either.
though
on on a non pay per view.
even though it's a free card, I don't think he's big enough to be a
I tell you what,
headliner.
I'll give you a fight. Let me see if you think this a headline then. Pitbull Cruz challenges Gary Antoine Russell for the 140 championship.
Now that's a headliner because it's a
Yeah, that's
title
a
on the line.
yeah. That's a good fight. Gary
Yeah.
have to fight in LA, but I mean that'd be good. I think people will come out for that too.
Man, Gary don't care where he fight at, as long as he get a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Hopefully they could. I mean the WBA they do so much maneuvering. I mean we got Hirioka, the Japanese fighter that's number one for Gary's belt at 140. So like you're saying with the Tank fight not being announced, it kind of left a lot of the other fights in limbo. So hopefully we still get them. Um,
Oh, that could be the headliner. It could be the Oshaki Foster versus Cool Boy.
Now that's a great headline. But you think they're gonna do that in LA? I mean, I guess they would do it in LA if they got Pitbull Cruz or some other decent, some other guys on the undercard.
Yeah, I mean that
Yeah, that's
that yeah,
decent.
I mean that's a decent card. I mean, it's a neutral playing field for both of those guys. Neither
Yep.
one of them from LA. So
Mhm.
you can't say they got a home field advantage or anything like that. Um, I believe both of them have fought on the West Coast before, so it's not like it's unknown territory for them.
Right.
But I think that's a good headliner for that free event.
And now Remo saying Keyshawn should fight Pitbull or Rayo in LA or Vegas. Those are two good fights for Keyshawn.
Yeah.
So both, I mean, both of those is good matchups for Keyshawn. I think That's what I was thinking about Ryo earlier. Where do y'all see Ryo was saying that he may come back down to 135. So I don't know, but I would rather him not cut that weight and stay at 140. Do y'all see? What's a good matchup for Ryo? Um, I mean, shoot, Frank Martin probably a good matchup for Ryo too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good matchup for El Rayo, Frank Martin. That's a good matchup for Frank Martin as well.
Yeah, I don't know what Frank Martin does. I don't know why he waiting around for. What's he waiting for? What we waiting for?
I
He
don't
looked like
know.
he's in shape on his Instagram, but I don't know what
He,
he waiting for.
I mean, maybe it's because he got a new trainer. He might not feel comfortable, so that could be it. A lot of time when these older guys get new trainers, they gotta feel comfortable before they
They got
decide
to
to
get
step up to go
acclimated.
fight. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a hundred
that
percent fact.
yeah, that could be it.
Now, let's switch gears a little bit because
I
we're
have
gonna stick
returned.
to American boxing, but we gotta talk about the young gun Emiliano Vargas. We gotta just speak on him. Do y'all and some people said somebody said today that he could be next up kind of in American boxing, the next face of American boxing. Do y'all and I either one feel free to start. Do y'all feel like Emiliano is going to be the face or could be the face of American boxing?
I mean, he could be, you know, if
Yeah, yeah,
you know, if he keeps winning fights, keeps knocking people out, wins some titles, absolutely, he could be.
yeah, he could be. The problem is he fighting the daggone Night of the Walking Dead. That's what the problem is. He ain't fighting nobody.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we definitely want to
I mean,
see his competition uptick.
you can't like I say him and Abdullah Mason came in roughly around the same time. You got one fighting for a title, and the other one is still a prospect.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
kind
don't
of
know how
weird.
much you I don't know how you can how I would say he's the next man up. He ain't even a contender yet. He's not even a contender yet.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad, nasty work by uh Top Rank. But needless to say, but nah, they got matchmakers. They know what time it is. I just feel like this as well. Who is a good step up fight? I mean, when are we gonna step Emiliano up now? Let me just throw some names out there. Non-champions. We got it. We have to get him a former champion. Hold on. Let me say this. What level do y'all want Emiliano at next? Former champion or a tough like maybe top 15 guy? Because I'm thinking Elvis Rodriguez. He would be, 140, a top
Man,
15 type of guy. Not here.
put him in
Albright. Go ahead.
put him in there with a Richard Comey.
Uh huh. Good one. Good one, Marky.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think Richard Comey is shot yet, but I don't think he's really a top or even a B class fighter anymore. I think he should have enough pop to do something to him to at least make it dangerous.
Yeah, now that's a great option. Now I had to pivot, Marky. And I got you with me. I know you're fond of the heavyweight Richard Torres, um, out of Arizona. Do you feel like Richard Torres? What do you want to see him do next? And do you feel like he can be a heavyweight champion?
Absolutely. I think Richard Torres has the talent. I think he has the ring IQ and the mindset to do it. Who I'd like to see him fight next? I wouldn't mind seeing him against Fa Ajagba. I think that'd be a great step up for him. Or go ahead and put him in there with Jared Anderson. Top rank. Go ahead, cash Jared out.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I don't know about no daggone Richard Torres being no champion. He don't look skilled enough for me.
Yeah, I don't
That
feel like
man that man is
he's
it,
C at best, free.
no that man. No, I'm telling you, he ain't when he step up his competition, he gonna get beat worse than Jared Anderson did. He gonna get beat worse.
Jala
He just
Love,
He
I
fought
gained
could,
his
a
weight. That's
step
it.
up free.
but the Guido, but
What step
Guido,
up?
you talking about Guido?
Guido, that's the dude that
That wasn't
almost
no
put
step up.
FA. That's the
That
guy
wasn't
that
no step
almost put
up.
FA Jogba to sleep.
No, that wasn't no step up. That wasn't no step
That's
up.
Salute to my. So
That
hold on.
was
Let me do
that
some
was
maintenance, y'all. Salute to my brother Juan in the building. Make sure everybody smashing the like button. Sports Talk Network, we working. Juan, I gotta bring you in, brother, and I want to ask you this. Uh, for the American boxing landscape, who in your opinion is one of the top guys or the top women in the sport, kind of pushing it forward and making sure that America stays number one in boxing.
Um, honestly, I think it's the younger, the younger generation. It's the Devins, it's the Bryans, it's the Boots, it's the Tanks. Obviously, those are the guys right now. Clarissa, those are the people right now that are pushing the sport forward. Um, even though uh, we still have relevant fighters, but I think the future is now. I think some of the newer generations of the Keishans and the Abdullahs, they're going to be pushing the sport forward, in a couple years. So hopefully, we have it in good hands. So it's just it's what they do with it from this point on. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's 100% facts. Now let me ask you this one. With that being said, Jerron Booth Ennis. There's been a lot of talk about tune-ups and his next fight, things of that nature. Josh Kelly,
Mm.
moving up to 154 as a pound for pound guy. Do you feel like it's reasonable for him to want to acclimate to the weight class before getting in there with a big name, a tough fight?
Why not? All the greats did it. Why not? Why not? You tell me why not. I want you to explain to me why not. Why not?
I feel like he's justified. But my whole position is that a lot of boxing fans don't know the top 15 guys. So a tune up for Boots is it to the public is just somebody they don't know. But little do they know that tune up is probably going to be a top five guy, somebody that's ranking him for a title. So I don't. I mean, a Josh Kelly, That's a good opponent. I know who Josh Kelly is. I've been watching Josh Kelly for years. Like I know most in boxing, well, a lot of times in boxing, your favorite fighter not fighting a toughest fight as Josh Kelly. Now Boots has probably run through Josh Kelly, but that's because Boots is a generational type of talent, and we can see that. So I'm with you, Juan. I don't think he I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Now let me flip it to you and let me ask you this. What's the best matchup for Boost in your opinion at 154? Who's the best? Who will give him the toughest test in your opinion?
I think Virgil will. I think out of everybody, it would be Virgil. I think
Mm, yeah.
Sebastian doesn't really move his head enough. I mean, yeah, he's tall and he looked good his last fight, but it wasn't like he looked amazing. Zayn is still kind of too inexperienced, and then you have what's the dude's name? The other champion. Not no disrespect towards him.
Bakram or
Bakram.
Xander? Okay,
Yeah,
Bakram.
Backroom. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Backroom is a good test, but I don't know. From what I've seen of him, ain't nothing something special that that Boost won't be able to handle. I think yeah, out of everybody it would be Virgil.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you saying Virgil being the toughest test? Would you rank Virgil as the best fighter at 154?
Um, no, because even though he don't has a belt, I think skill wise he is, but I don't think if we
Yeah,
if we're gonna sit
that's
here if we're sitting here talking in reality, let's sit here and really talk. Probably it's Fandora. It probably most
Honduras
likely
number
is
one.
Fandora,
But
but
skill is Virgil.
skill for skill is definitely Virgil.
Now, and it was interesting. And let me see. I salute to my brother Remo. Let's talk fashion in the building. He said boxing is on life support. The fans don't see their favorite fighter often enough, and outside of training, dudes don't really got personality. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of the top fighters are void of personality. It's unfortunate, but that's just a part of life. Everybody's different. Now, seeing them often, we do need to see our fighters at least 3 times a year. A lot of times we only seeing the top level guys two or maybe sometimes one. So so we American boxing. We really haven't even talked about Gervonta Tank Davis on this live. I mean, he did get his legal situation pushed down the line, so we're still hoping and praying that that'll get worked out. Um, is is on the panel, is Tank Davis? Do y'all believe he will return in 2025, or do y'all believe that?
He's retired.
Did he really post something? I haven't been
He
on.
retired. He said it
Yeah,
last night. He retired.
no, he didn't. He didn't. No, he didn't say that. What was being reported by a lot of different news outlets is that people close to him are saying that he's done with boxing.
No, what was being reported is what Rick Glazer said. Rick Glazer came out and said Tank Davis is retiring, and everybody ran with it. Nobody in Tank's camp said that he's retiring. That's what Rick Glazer said, and everybody ran with it
How you know that, free?
because Rick
How you
Glazer
know
was the one that
nobody in
came
his
out and
tent?
said it.
No, but I'm saying like how you don't know reporters or okay, I don't know about Rick Glenn. I take everything he says with a grain of salt. But from these other reports I'm seeing, it sounds like people close to Tank are saying that he's done with boxing and that he's
What
communicating that
people are
to
you
them.
talking about? What people are you talking about?
Until he drops his
Sources,
belt, I
What
don't believe it.
what people are you talking about, Marky?
sources,
Who?
sources. People close to him.
I said what people?
The goddamn okay, fine. Point taken. But still, sources.
You ain't saying nobody. You just saying people that close to him. And I'm asking you what people close to him that said it. You can't name
Actually,
it. You can't name a single person close to him that said he's retiring.
actually, DeFree, now that I look at the news report, it says at the bottom via at Rio Rick Glazer. I apologize for even saying that. I apologize completely
No, I'm telling you,
because I
everybody
don't
is
take
running
nothing
like
that nigga
Rick
say
Glazer.
for real.
Everybody is running what Rick Glazer said. That's what Rick Glazer came out and said, and everybody is running with it. Rick Glazer is the one that reported that. He was
And
the very first person that reported that, and then that's when everybody started running that. Oh, Tank Davis is retiring.
Thank you.
He was the one that said it first.
Yeah,
He
I don't
came out
believe
with that.
nothing that come
He
out that
came out
white
with
man's
that.
mouth.
That man, he came out with that yesterday
Morning.
morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning. He came out with that tweet that Tank Davis is retiring.
see the thing, let me just say this. I want to get if that verified. But I will say Tank has been definitely showing signs of somebody that's definitely been separating himself from the sport. He tweeted out a few weeks back. He's like, y'all can have the top spot or whatever. What I'm saying? He's like, y'all can have it. So that kind of showed me that he was kind of
Let me get the $7
getting
beef
tired.
chicken. Okay. My for you.
Yeah,
Want
Juan at the
ordering
bodega.
a chicken dinner.
Yeah, he at the
Salute to
bodega.
our
He getting
brother.
chicken. He getting a rotisserie chicken with 2 Johnny cake. I know how it is, Juan. We all know how it is.
How much that's gonna run you is the question.
It's about 10.25 on this island. In Puerto Rico, I hear it's about 12.50.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to,
But anyway, what you were
for a
saying about
roasted,
Tank?
nah, for I have, no, I'm saying for I have chicken here with some roasted potatoes, we paying 16, $17. But
Damn,
yeah, I know,
Yo,
bro, it's crazy.
yo, first of all, goddamn. Right? $10 for rotisserie chicken is real wild.
I don't know where y'all getting y'all's from because I can get that for 10.95. I don't know where y'all getting y'all's
that's
from.
why I said I
Well,
get
let me
mine for
say that. Well,
10.25.
my apologies, my apologies. If we want a rotisserie chicken, I just go to Costco and get one, and that's like $6.
Nah, I'm
But
talking about Polo Loco. Polo
yeah,
Loco get it. That's like 10.95.
I go to Super Rico in Fredericksburg. If you can get a half
Super
chicken.
Rico.
Super, bro, is like 17, $18, bro, and that's just for yourself.
What a name, Super Rico.
But salute to the fam, man. Appreciate everybody that came in and pulled up and supported the channel today. Um, we gonna cook, man. Any last words? I'm gonna let Free start off. Any last words? All right, so Free, if you know Free's moving around. You never know. He may have had him a young brother up. Um, Surprise, you still with me? Okay, you never know. See, he might have got a visitor. Prize is the type of guy. A beautiful lady might knock on his door at any moment in time. Um,
Man, Prize out there preventing a union strike.
Marky, so just final words on the live today, like, what's your thoughts? And then I'm gonna go to one, like just about just the state of boxing, American boxing, and tell everybody about Democracy 101.
Well, firstly, I think the state of American boxing is definitely down. Outside of Tank Davis, we do not really have a box office attraction. It's not like back in the days where we had a Floyd and we had even though Cotto he's Puerto Rican still, that's still American boxing, at least when you think about it. And you had other people during that era. And then you go to the '90s. Obviously, you had them boys at heavyweight. You had Oscar. You had Fernando Vargas, he was doing his thing, and a whole bunch of other guys. I don't think the state of American boxing right now is very good. Um, it's definitely getting better. You got guys like Bam, you got Boots, you got Abdullah Mason. He's coming up the ranks. You never know what's going to be happening. Is Itoma American or is he British?
Yeah, he's from the UK.
Oh, okay, never mind. But I don't know. It's on the rebound. I think it's coming back. And then lastly, my bad. But thank you for letting me come in through B3.
Already
Y'all
done.
check out my channel, Democracy 101. Just posted a short concerning the situation going on in that country over there where they are starving people. So please look at that, contribute to the boycott, or do whatever you want to do. But what's going on over there is not right. And once again, salute to my brother B3. Smash the like button, subscribe. This is a good brother right here. We do great boxing content over here. Look out. Peace, B3.
Appreciate you, Marky, man. Have a blessed day. We'll talk. Juan, you still in the building?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up?
All right, so just final thoughts, man. Let me ask you, cause you really didn't get a chance to cook that long with me. What matchups do you want to see? Just from your perspective, they haven't been announced for the end of the year. What fighters, American? They could be American. They don't have to be, but who are you looking most forward to watching in this next half of the end of the year?
I want to see low key. I want to see what Angelo Leo does at the end of the
Yeah.
year. I think
Hmm.
he kind of gone under the radar because obviously the big names that he has in his weight class. But I want to see what he does. I want to see if it's anyway that's going up there or somebody going another champion. But I definitely want to see what he does next. I enjoy what he does in the ring and I enjoy his style. Um, so it's a matter of what's going to go on this next 5 months that we got left of the year. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's either
Yeah.
Leo,
I'm
Leo
hoping
might.
for a Leo unification fight. Preferably, I want to see Shushu get elevated. So I want to see Angelo Leo versus Nick Ball, and I want to see Shushu versus Espinoza.
Um,
But then the winners can meet. How you like that to play out? Which matches would you rather prefer?
I'd rather see him. I want to see Leo versus True Shoot. And I
Mm,
think that's more of the skill set right there for each other. Um, they play right to each other's hands and stuff like that. And they're two come forward fighters. I think Nick Ball's probably the weakest out of the bunch, but again, I can't really
yeah,
say
I
that
was
because
trying to get it. I was trying to match it up skill for skill. I think Leo would stop Nick Ball respectfully. Um,
yeah,
I
but
said the same thing.
that'll be a good fight
I said the same thing. But
for
you
as
know,
long as it lasts. But now Nick Ball is 30, so I can't say Leo would stop him. But I do think Leo would outpoint him, outwork
yeah.
him.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think the status of boxing right now. But I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, it's not the biggest stars, but at the same time too, I think it's on its way back. You know, they are young kids and
Hmm.
they don't care about this L. They don't care about the O either. They just want to fight. So hopefully we get bigger fights as the coming years come.
Yeah, and my brother Let's Talk Fashion made another great point. Mayweather retired mad times as part of boxing promotion. We seen Pac-Man drag his ass back in the ring after he made the Hall of Fame. Yeah, so he kind of represent Tank. Yeah, I think that's definitely a part of promotion for sure. But see, Tank, he understand he got to take some time away from boxing, and that's what I was kind of referencing for the last couple of months. I kind of knew that that was going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Just in a sense, I didn't believe that the Lamont Roach Tank rematch was going to happen. I believe the money that Tank was being offered. Uh, hold on, let me.
CC's at Ford is at 30 now, so you don't have to wait for that one.
He said, "Shushu versus Ray Ford." Yeah, that's definitely at one. We have Ray Ford at 30. Yep, that's yep. Yeah, so hopefully, Juan, but I appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna close out this show, man. Listen, thank everybody that came in. You got a little. Hold on, is that feedback on you, Juan, or let me see, or is that on Prize? Oh, okay, all right, bet. All right, now what I wanted to just end the show off, man. Salute to everybody. Remo have us in there all day talking about fights. Bam versus the Monster. That's a great fight for the sport. Juan, if you want to speak on that, if you're still in the building, um,
Ben versus I don't know. I don't think that's because of the age gap and the way that Bam is improving every single time I see him. I don't know. By the time they get in there, I don't know. That's another know right there, though.
that's a good fight. I want to see Bam versus the Monster. I do believe. I believe that Bam has decent head movement. That's a good fight, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm starting to like Monster in a way. Just based on his I'm starting to like Monster in a way, just based off of his combination punching, his output. He's been consistently breaking down guys, and stopping his opponents, putting on brutal, dominating performances. So definitely look forward to that fight. We'll probably get Junto in the mix somewhere. They trying to plan the Junto versus Inoue fight. Uh, I don't think Mr. Honda is going to put Bam in the mix just yet. We'll see. But shout out to my brother Tim Layen. Appreciate you, family, for checking out the show, man. Listen, God bless everybody that pulled up. Make sure y'all support the channel. B3 Picks and the Cash App. You can hit the Zelle as well. Also, make sure you subscribe and follow the channel. B3 Picks TV. Hit us up on all socials. B3 Boxing Picks, and ultimately, what you want to do is join my membership as well to get these picks. I did make bread this morning, as well with some Japanese fights. I live bet one draw, and I also caught the Sandoval money line. So definitely make sure you tap in with b3boxingpicks.com, and appreciate everybody coming in. Listen, all right, let me go ahead and play the track. It's not all the way done, but we're gonna rock out with it, and then we're gonna end off. It's three picks, big VA. Shout out London, N8, let's get it. She loved me for my sex appeal. I've been popping it and whipping it for real. I walk it like I talk it, that's a deal. Turn a dream to reality, bill.
Run up 100 and some dunks, will. She love me for my sex appeal. So much game, I can get T.O. chill. October, we in Saudi still. Hold that 11 mil and run it up. Tank toe turkey to double the stuff. Haney fight costs a few more bucks. Need a KO, just say so. A-side dirty ball, kick him to the flow. Breadman said hit him low. Ryan took Usher and he could've said no. And I've been popping it and whipping it for real. I walk it like I talk it, that's a deal. Turn a dream to reality, bill. Run up 100 and some dunks, will. She love me for my sex appeal. And I've been cashing it and flipping it like Katie. Out New England, still winning like Brady. To be great, Heidi, yeah, it's no baby. Shout out Sarah Bailey. And I've been popping it and whipping it for real. I walk it like I talk it, that's a deal. Turn a dream to reality, bill. Run up 100 and some dunks, will. She love me for my sex appeal. And I can rip a beat like a bomb. She pretty, petite, in a thong. Everything she do sweet like the bomb. She serve me Dawn. No pimp, Juan. Been getting bread, non. I always ball, Bron. Never leaving the UK, Hassan. And I've been popping it and whipping it for real. I walk it like I talk it, that's a deal. Turn a dream to reality, bill. Run up 100 and some dunks, will. She love me for my sex appeal. She love me for my sex appeal. Yeah, pics.
Man, appreciate everybody that showed up today and showed out. Make sure y'all tap in with the Sports Talk Network, the Just Boxing Talk. Shout out to the JBT. Shout out to the STN. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters. Thank you. God bless. And remember, let's go green.